Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody? Alrighty then. Let's just get right on into it. Hey, Fast Vincent. Hey, hey. Whew. Okay. How is everybody this afternoon? Glad to hear it, Mike. You're good. Hey, good day, Cap with a K. Okay then. Cheese Puff, how are you? Alright. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. I've been thinking about a building with sort of like fins on the side, I guess. So I figure I'm gonna create something similar enough. Let's stack this 100 blocks that way. That's a little too large. Well, it's close. Let's move that over 3 blocks. There, that makes a little bit of a wider path between the building and where this new building will be. Hey, hey, is this stream where I'll answer the questions? Yep, sure is, Cap. Come to the right place. I'll get to the question answering in a bit. Don't worry. Stack this up 40 blocks? Yeah, that's not bad. Where's the Discord link? Oh, you missed the opening screen. I'm gonna have to look for it real fast. Shit, I don't know where it got put. Server settings. Oh dear. Well, it's on my channel, or it's on my community tab too. Let's just tab it to it's on the community tab, so you'll have to look for it there. I wish I could help you Swedish. It's on the actual image. So unfortunately, I don't have a pastable link. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, sorry about that. Just kind of ended up that way. It's also on my my weekly schedule. I've got it printed on there too. So don't feel bad if you miss it or anything like that. But anyway. So what has everybody been up to today? Did I see that rail thing? What rail thing are we talking about? Stack this a few times. You have to be a little more specific, Mike. School. Still don't fully know what you're referring to. But oh well, don't worry about it too hard. So has everybody gotten home from school? You sent a video to this morning of a really broken rail system. I don't remember, I'm so sorry. It has escaped my mind. I was probably too out of it to really give you... I had just woken up, most likely. So I couldn't tell you, man. I'll give you an opinion some other day. But that's alright. So, everybody home from school, everybody getting settled in. I hope so. Because lately, I set up a thing in my Discord. I'll just go ahead and get into it. Oh my god, it's Alpha Computer. Holy fucking shit. I can't believe we are blessed by the Alpha Computer. It's 2200 for you. Oh, well. You know, that happens. Some days it will be, I don't know, later. But anyway, sorry if it's too late at night for you, though, Swedish. Yeah, let's put that there. Now then. So, I got a bunch of Discord members questioning, you know, various things, wanting to know, you know, interesting bits and bobs about me. And I believe I'm going to start picking a few of these randomly. Okay. They asked a ton of questions, so I will just go in the order that I received them. Okay. Hey, Jack, what country do I live in? I live in America, if that isn't blindingly obvious. I am painfully American. But that's okay. We're all painfully our own nationalities, so it works. Don't worry too much about it, if that's the sort of thing that bothers you. Hey, Jack, what is your thoughts on oxygen? Ooh. I'm not gonna say the names of the people who ask these questions just because, like, they may not want to. They didn't really specify if they cared or not, so I can't really tell you, but thoughts on oxygen. Really interesting question, because oxygen is, chemically speaking, a really fucking cool chemical that will attack the ever-living hell out of most compounds just by default. There's something about oxygen that is surprisingly, you know, unique. And I like it. I like it as a molecule. I like it as a chemical reagent. Singlet oxygen is like literally the scariest fucking thing on Earth, if you've ever heard about that. It will just absolutely destroy and burn pretty much everything. So, you know, there's that. But yeah, oxygen, he's pretty cool. He fights bad guys. He doesn't afraid of anything. It's an odd thing to set up on Discord. Why would it be an odd thing, Alpha? Why do you say that? People wanted to know questions, and I figured I'll answer them on stream, so it's whatever. Also, this thing is off by a block. That explains why this was messed up. But anyway. Okay. And then... Oh, Cap with a K asked about the oxygen one. My bad. What do I think about the wild update? Ooh. Oh, the wild update is... Well, I don't want to make a terrible pun, but the wild update does look to be pretty damn wild. Of course, this is assuming Mojang can keep, you know, keep a decent, keep their heads on straight, basically. Because with the Caves and Cliffs update, which they showed off last year, they showed us a bunch of just wild shit that didn't really need to be in Minecraft, like archaeology, you know, stuff like that. And they just, for whatever odd reason, they decided that this was something we wanted. Nobody asked for this, you know? And so, thankfully, they didn't do that this time with, you know, like frogs and stuff, even though nobody really asked for frogs. But frogs aren't necessarily a bad thing. You know, I like the fireflies. That's going to be a really interesting ambience that they add to the game. They might be able to deliver this in one fell swoop, because they had to push back all the warden stuff, which was supposed to be really fucking cool. Oh shit, these are all the wrong size, damn it. They had to push back all the warden stuff to this update. Now, why? I don't know. Other than, I guess, they just couldn't cut the mustard. It's very sad. Like, you would think, you know, they would learn their lesson about... Oh, shit. They would learn their lesson about not, you know, getting too far out there with whatever it is they're trying to do. Whenever they suggest an idea or they come up with something they want to implement, I get the feeling like everything they do gets feature creep, you know? They can't quite keep their focus on the thing they ought to keep their focus on. So I don't know. But hey, maybe we will see a pretty uniform... Oh shit. A pretty uniform update for 1.19, and they don't screw it up and get ahead of themselves like they did with the Caves and Cliffs update. They very much got ahead of themselves on that one. And I also noticed that they didn't bring up the archaeology thing, which they mentioned would have to get pushed back to a later update. I've noticed that was not a thing that anyone wanted, and that's not a thing that they really brought out again. So maybe archaeology is dead, like it deserves to fucking be. Oh, that was such a silly idea. Why did they come up with that? But hey, whatever, you know. As long as it works out, as long as the update itself isn't shit, I'm alright with that. Trying to get everything spaced appropriately. So yeah, that's really kind of the end of the wild update, I guess. Somebody asks, am I going to make a special room in Space Valk 3 for myself? I already have. The special room in question isn't a room I can show on stream. You'll get to see it when you can peruse the world download for yourself. So, you know, don't worry about that, person who asked. You know who you are. There we go. And then, let's see here. What is my actual job? Well, for now, it is doing this channel. And before, I used to work in a pharmacy. And oh my god, there's so much shit I could go into about my pharmacy job. There's so much stuff I haven't even told Alpha about my pharmacy job. So I ended up getting this job many years ago in 2013. And it was a nice enough job. But over the years, my former boss who hired me, he got bored of it and he quit. And he went off to do his own thing. And one of the... How shall I put this nicely? One of the underlings of his ended up taking over the position that he had, and she pretty well ran it into the ground. But before that happened, I was dealing primarily with the elderly. And let me tell you, there is nothing more heartbreaking and genuinely painful than working with the elderly, and not for the reasons you might think. Not because, you know, you have to have patience, and not because of that. But because, quite simply, elderly people die at the drop of a hat. And they're nice people most of the time. They're more often than not, they're cooperative. They're happy to see you, they're happy to talk to you. If you're the kind of person who socializes well, you do well. You know, you come to be appreciated. And yeah, I've known many people over the last 8 years who I got to know. I got to talk to them, and they were good friends. They were, you know, I was way younger than them, obviously, but you get the idea. And they were really nice people who are no longer alive. And it's nice that you get to know some people before they pass, and then sometimes it's terrible because they teach you things that you don't expect to learn about yourself. You've all probably heard the whole, you know, respect your elders, listen to what your elders have to tell you, things like that. And like, there's value in that. There, you know, there's true, real. There's a point to that, you know. It's not just hot air when someone tells you that. I know many times it's your parents or some shit that are telling you that, and you don't really want to listen to them, and it's fine, whatever. But like when you get to know people and you really know them, and like you know that their days are very limited compared to your own, it puts into perspective that, you know, things aren't always going to be what you think they're going to be. And that it's a good idea to not get too comfortable with the idea that everything's just going to be fine forever and ever and ever. So while it's a heartbreaking experience, working with the elderly isn't a bad thing. I did not quit because of the elderly patients that I worked with. I quit because of my older boss. She was a nightmare. But I won't get into her. I don't like talking about her. But yeah. So for now, I'm just doing the channel, enjoying this thing, building this wonderful base, and living life, you know? It's been so relieving. No more sad talk, don't worry. That was the end of it, I promise. That was just, you know, answering the nature of the question. And you really can't talk about what you do if you aren't willing to talk about the sad moments. Oh, but anyway. So anyway, next question. Cap with a K again asks, would it be possible to set up a server with Space Valk in it, and the default game mode just be spectator so that people can watch me build live? I could try to do something like that. I'm not against the idea of having people around, but at the same time, like, I don't know. I feel like that would ruin a lot of the mystery. There's a lot here that I've shown off, and there's a lot here that I haven't shown off, and that I don't want to show off until it's ready, and that everybody can just see it for themselves. And yeah, no, I don't really think I want to do that. Not that I couldn't. Just that I like having people in chat, not in-game, to mess with me, you know? Although I guess you would all be in spectators. You really couldn't do a whole lot of messing, but oh well. Like when you said have a pet, even if you love it and die to the end, unless it's turtle, you will die before it. Well, no, that's only with certain species of tortoise. Are they likely to outlive you? Your average pet turtle, or the type that you would keep as a pet, you will outlive that. Those things don't live longer than 20 years. Tortoises, it's certain species of tortoise that live for 100+ years. So you're not likely to see that. Almost any type of pet you keep, even if you were to keep like a pet elephant, you would outlive them. It's just that something like a pet elephant would be, you'd be very old when the elephant itself dies, because a lot of elephants live for 50+ years. So if you grow up with it, you know, you'd be a fairly older person by that point. But that's about it, really. So yeah, thanks for the question, Cap. Oh, whoa. Let me copy from up here. Alrighty then, next question. Can I sign a book for you? I already did that. Okay, how do I 32K fit MC on 2 Builders 2 Tools? He saw a fit video about it. Okay, so this was from several years ago when we had 32Ks still. I believe this is when Alpha and I did that 32K stream a while ago. And basically we were just like, we wanted to show off we had this power. We wanted to kind of rub it in Tristan's face, because Tristan, you know, he spawned in a lot of these really powerful killer weapons. And after we raided his shit, the year before, it was just sort of like a flex move, you know? We were like, hey, we have your shit. We're giving it to Fit because people began to really hate on Fit in mid-2017. That's when he started to get really popular. And so we were like, what better way to really fuck with people? Show that we, we owned him. You know, it'll be a thing he'll never be able to live down. Tristan can never, I guess, undo. He'll never be able to undo the fact that we were able to steal from him and, like, we gave out all those items eventually. We eventually even sold the damn things. Whoops. And so, you know, it was just a for fun thing. It wasn't the sort of thing we thought through too terribly hard. So yeah, that was all that was. I haven't done a cat reveal, I know. I will do a cat reveal eventually. The cat's, like, I gotta groom her. I've just not had the time. She's gotten very overweight, and so she has mats in her fur that I have to cut out, and she does not like it when I do that. She does not want me doing that to her. You know, no cat really likes you messing with their fur too much. But until I can get her to lose weight, like, it's an uphill battle. Just one of those unfortunate things. Cat. Is it now my turn to feed her? Yeah, I fed her before I started the stream, don't worry. No repeat of Saturday, I promise. Okay. Inside's still empty, but, you know, it's getting there. Okay. Do I cook? If yes, what do I cook? Oh boy. So I've known how to cook for a good many years. And mostly I don't have to, just due to, you know, living situation. I live with my parents, unfortunately. Not a whole lot I can do about that. But that being said, you know, when the time calls for it, I'm more than capable of cooking a good meal. My mother had to go out of town about 4 weeks ago. And I cooked. I cooked like every other day. I can cook most chicken dishes. I can cook most beef dishes. Some of my favorite stuff is to make a fried potato hash, which is just where you cut up potatoes into little tiny cubes and you fry them, generally in a pan. And to just combine that with egg, just a good 2 or 3 scrambled eggs, just bam. Like, it's fucking delicious. Highly recommend it. You can spice it 10 ways from Sunday. Make it as crunchy or as soft as you like it, because the potatoes will harden up the longer you cook them, until they burn. And so yeah, you can just do stuff like that. Like, I'm no stranger to cooking. I'm lazy, however, when it comes to cooking, so if I don't have to cook, I'm not gonna cook. It's just one of those things, you know? Not everybody wants to do the same thing. Okay, so how much room do I have to work with specifically? Hey, Ernie Wells, what's up? How's it going? Everything's going great, man. How is you? So that's 104 divided by 2, which is what, 52? So from here, 45, 46, 47, 53. Right here. So that's the halfway point. This is where I want to put the fin. Or at least the first of a series of fins. Just because fins look fucking cool. Like right there, you can see the fins that just protrude uselessly off the central ring. But like, they look cool. They add a certain something to the base, you know, an almost futuristic feel. And you can stagger fins make them a different sort of size, different widths, you know. There's a lot of versatility in a building, or in a style like that, I mean. You're doing okay until it started talking about food. Now you're trying to figure out what's for dinner. I don't blame you, man. I'm very lucky that I have not gotten addicted to, like, Uber Eats, like a certain someone who shall remain nameless. And he orders that type of stuff all the time. Because I tell you, if I got addicted to that, I'd be in dire straits. It's so easy to order anything you want now, just at the drop of a hat. People with their fancy schmancy phones can get a hold of anything now, I guess. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Give it a nice little change in texture. Well, wait. Yeah, right there. There we go. So, what does everybody think about the new shirt selling venture? I can't reveal details about it specifically, but, you know, just general opinions on it. What is everybody feeling about those? Have y'all ordered your shirt yet? Shit. How long did it take to build the griefed one? Oh, well over 2 years. I spent about a year building on each. And one of those years, I used a bot called Baritone to build the disc, the underlying part that all this is situated on. I had to do a lot of work for that. It was not easy. So that's 52. That's an even number. I don't like that. What about from here to here? That's 50, so from here is 51. So I guess I can do that. So from here, so that will be what, 25? 26, so right here is where I shall put the next set of fins. Fins look aesthetic, which is what you like. Yeah, I know. It's that type of aesthetic that's really, really good for like a sci-fi build like this. Because this is more sci-fi than fantasy. Though I am trying to sort of combine some fantasy elements here and there. No, you don't have money. Oh, that's okay, Swedish. Don't feel bad if you can't buy them, you know. You can't. That's life. I get it. I think we've all been there, you know? Let's move this up to... yeah, move that up 1, and then just this. I'll move up 1 more. There we go. All right. Next question. You get the semester scholarship, you want to buy the shirt. Oh, wow. Well, good luck to you on that one. I know that can be a bit, you know. Okay. Ooh, a big one. What is my biggest fear? I guess like anybody, one of my biggest fears would be to not accomplish my dreams, you know? To not be able to stream this game and other things that I plan on doing. To not have anyone care about the stuff that I make. Just the fear of it not mattering, I guess. That's a very real fear, I suppose. Now, as for because I think what the person who asked this really wanted to know would be more along the lines of what really gets you. What makes you afraid of everything? What makes you shit your pants? And unfortunately, I don't have an answer for that question because I don't really get afraid. And by that I mean fear. The earlier question of, what is my biggest fear? That's really more of the fear of failure. But the fear response, spook you, jump out and scare you. The ever-present feeling of dread from horror games, things of that nature. I really don't get that. I don't get that jump scare sort of thing. Getting startled is one thing, but this overwhelming ever-present fear of oh no, a monster's gonna come out and eat me. I don't feel that, Horror games don't do it for me. I don't really care about stuff like that. It doesn't matter to me. I can play, a game that would spook people and creep people out and all that, and I'll just go, oh man, that's weird, or oh wow, that's terrible, and then I'll just move on with my life. I don't really dwell on stuff like that because what's the point? For me, it doesn't really hit the same, I guess. I'm more of a badass. I fight, I don't flight. I stand up, I don't back down. That's just kind of my nature, if you will. So it really isn't something that I can... I can't impart it in as many words, I guess, as I would like. It's just one of those things, you either you're afraid of things or you're not. And I'm not. At least not anything that's I don't want to call it existential, but just the standard fear of irrelevance, fear of not succeeding, Everybody's got stuff like that, but that's not really the same type of fear, Even though we use the same word in the English language for fear, it's not really fearsome, if you will. Fearsome would be a wild monster, or a beast, or coming face to face with a bear, or somebody pulls you aside and now you're their hostage and they might, they've got a knife to your throat. They might try to kill you. Something like that, That's the type of fear I think he was going for. But, yeah, I'm not really the type to jump out of my skin and get all wild and, to lose my head, if you will. That's the thing. I think that's the big deal, is that people who go, who get, I don't want to say afraid, but people who are more easily frightened. That's a good word for it. They'll lose their head, figuratively speaking. They'll get into a situation like that, and it's, some sort of, let's say in a horror game, they'll see or experience something, and it'll unnerve them, and they lose their heads. They panic. They go bonkers, if you will. And I don't really do that. I don't feel that way. That's just kind of how I am. And it's really difficult to not come off as a tryhard as I say that, because I know full well that makes me sound like an absolute tryhard, but it is legitimately how I feel about it. Hey, Stone Cold Killer. Don't worry, everybody. I will do a tour at the very end of the stream. I'll just sort of do a general flyby of everything. So don't worry, you're not missing out on anything. You will get to see all the amazing progress if this is your first time here. This is, oh, for those of you who don't know, I need to also get in the habit of doing this. A lot of people cannot read Roman numerals, apparently, which is something I taught myself to do, just because I think they're cool. That's why I'm using the Roman numeral naming system. So that number up there is part 75. So ever since December, when I made part 1, I've been doing 75 episodes of, like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3 hour streams here and there. And so I've got a lot of stuff that I've managed to, you know, get done. And yeah, like, stick around. It'll be well worth it. All right, cool. I'm gonna put, these will probably be the tallest out of all these fins, although they're actually kind of starting to look like headstones to a small degree. I don't know. L is 40. No, L is 50. LXXV. L is 50, X is 10, V is 5. So 50, 10, 10, 5. So you add them up. That is 75. Let's go 15. Okay. Yeah, that works. Now then, next question. What is my favorite Minecraft biome? I'm partial to the mushroom fields and the mushroom shore. You know, the mushroom islands. I really, really like how grass looks when you transport them and you terraform a mushroom island. Anyone who's done that will attest to how it looks. A mushroom island, when you put greenery on it, is just the most, I guess, verdant looking thing you can have. It's got this rich, vibrant green color that's not like off-putting. It's got a sort of, well, you're safe from mobs too. Mobs don't spawn on them, obviously. And you have a free infinite source of food in mushrooms if you know how to make a mushroom mob farm. And yeah, it's a really cool, you know, it's a really cool biome type that, in my opinion, doesn't really get a whole lot of love anymore. I feel like people have kind of forgotten that the Mushroom Island exists. Maybe they haven't, but it definitely feels like there's not really, you know, there's just not really a reason for people to go there anymore. Like, they're rare as it is, so it's something of a treat when you find it. But at the same time, like, sometimes when you find them, you're just kind of like, so what, you know? And terraforming a mushroom island is very labor intense. It is not an easy task. I've done that before on 2B2T. And while I loved that island to pieces, it ultimately got found and griefed in 2019, I want to say. And so I don't really have another base quite like it. And I don't really think I'm going to have another base like that ever again, you know? Like that was a once in a while, once in a lifetime type of base. It was private, only I ever went there. Only I ever built things there. And yeah, it was just kind of like, it was a secret getaway that nobody else was able to ruin or defile until it was found. And actually, funny enough, the next question is, what's your favorite base memory? And yeah, I'd have to say it would be that one. If it's not hanging out at Valkyria, it would have been building on my Mushroom Island. What I called my Mushroom Island pair of dice. Pun off of Paradise. Yeah, that was the big thing. Making that place was something. It really had this charm to it that I just haven't been able to recreate, you know? Sadly, I don't think I ever will, too. But, oh well. You know. Such is life. I'm going to put this on the other edge. Okay, so that's 2 blocks from the edge. Right here. Later, Cucumber. Oh, well, you take care, Swedish Cucumber. You have school. Well, I understand. Thanks for coming out, man. You take care. I think it's stupid that area block monsters. That's why the blocks don't look... Blocks doesn't block monsters. Okay. How do I find inspiration for this base? Do I have a plan written somewhere? Really, a lot of this is just stream of consciousness. Like, I'll just do whatever the hell I want at that moment in time. And then I just decide, you know, go back and make it look good as I see fit. Tailor it up, trim it up. And that's it. Like, I don't really have to think about it that hard. So, you know, why? Why think about it hard if there's no reason to? Okay, I'm really liking this one. So this is the last row, and I'll put a copy of it over here. So yeah. All right. What breed is my cat? She is a domestic short hair that basically, she's sort of what I guess you would call a mutt, in essence. Like, we don't know her exact lineage or anything. She was just a stray kitten. Like, she didn't have anything outstanding. Actually, come to think of it, this is a kind of another, I hate to do this, another semi-heartbreaking story. Just to preface, she's perfectly okay. You know, she's a little overweight now, but like, you know, health-wise, she's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with her. So, you know, don't get the wrong idea about how I met her. It is a sad story, but like, it has a happy ending, and the happy ending is me adopting her. So, spoilers for the story. So, in 2012, a few months after I joined 2B2T, of course, it got warm around here. And for several years, I had been, I still do this, I rollerblade. And I rollerblade around the neighborhood that I live in. It's a fairly large neighborhood. And there's just, you know, a lot of room. It's like a half of a mile all the way around. And so I would, you know, do that. And for those of you who are shut-ins and don't realize this is a thing, whenever you have a large gathering of people, like in a neighborhood, you inevitably... Oh, shit. Oh, I done... Anyway, you inevitably have cats. They just show up out of nowhere. And cats, especially stray ones, tend to not be fixed. And so a stray cat a few years earlier showed up at a neighbor's house, started having kittens literally every year. People would take care of it. We would feed it. You know, everybody would love on the cat and her kittens, but nobody would get her fixed. And then eventually the cat that I have now, she was born from one of the litters in 2012. And as all kittens do, eventually they wander away from the mother and the general area where, you know, where the mother had them. They wander off and they go start lives of their own, or they get picked off by predators. And this is almost what happened to my little cat now. Her name is Ellie. She's perfectly fine, don't worry. But as I was skating around the block, it's great exercise, by the way. Highly recommend rollerblading. So as I was doing that, of course, over the many years I've done it, I've gotten to know and see a lot of various cats, and I love cats, so I'll go up to them, I'll pet them, I'll introduce myself. A lot of cats kind of know me, just sort of by you know, I guess cats recognize people by scent. And so I got to know Ellie as she was a little kitten, and she would always come out to greet me whenever I'd skate by the area where she was. And Ellie one day, I want to say it was in June, she just came out to greet me like normal. You know, occasionally I'd stop and I'd pet on her, I'd love on her. And that would be about the end of it. I didn't think or entertain the idea of adopting her or taking her in or anything like that. Because we already had 2 other cats that were not, you know, they weren't young cats. They were, you know, my mother's cats. We still have those, by the way. And so we were like, well, we're full up on cats. We're not doing any more. You know, that's it. And sure enough, I get up to her, and Ellie has a fang mark gash in the side of her throat. It's not... Actually, I suppose it wasn't really the throat. It was more like the where the chest meets the throat area. That's where she had been bitten. And it was a deep sideways bite, obviously made by the fang of another animal. Probably an older cat, but I couldn't really tell you if it was the result of a fight, because normally cats will claw instead of bite when it comes to, you know, fighting, like territorial fights. And so she didn't have any claw marks on her, like she'd gotten gashed by another cat. It was really more of a, you know, something bitter. Maybe she tried to get picked up by her mother. I really couldn't say. But she was bitten. And it was actually a lot worse than that, because it was abscessing. And you could tell that she had been bitten a good 3 or 4 days, possibly as much as a week earlier. And she stank to high heaven. Because, you know, when you have an abscessed wound, you know, it's not going to smell good. And so I could tell right away something was very wrong. She was still energetic and happy. She was all too happy to see me. Just that she was very obviously, you know, she was not going to survive if I didn't do something. And so I found some hydrogen peroxide, which in retrospect, you probably shouldn't use hydrogen peroxide on a wound, but that's all I had access to. And it ended up working out. So, you know, there's that. But, like, she was going to get pretty bad off very quickly. And, yeah, I took her inside. I watched her for a day or two. Made sure she wasn't, you know, going to end up with, like, sepsis or something like that. My parents didn't want me to take her to the vet. I should have. But they were like, no, she's not our cat. Don't do it. Well, little did they know, she would be our cat very shortly. And so I just, you know, kept working on her, kept cleaning out that wound. It began to close up. I used antibiotic cream to kind of, you know, get her to recover. And that was pretty much all of it. Like, she bounced back really, really fast. She was a young kitten, and that's partly why she bounced back as well as she did. If she'd been a year or two older, I don't know that she would have been as readily able to recover. Who knows? She couldn't have been more than like 2 months old. Like, her eyes would have had to have just opened. Pretty much. And so, you know, we got attached. Kind of said I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't get attached, but I did. So that is how it is. Them little critters get in your hearts. And so yeah, that's the story of how I got the cat that I have now. I've taken care of her ever since. I can't believe she'll be 10 years old next summer. Just what a ride, you know? And yeah, that's the story of how I got my cat. So whenever you hear her going off like a siren in the background, she got that from her mother. Her mother could wail like that too. Mostly just because I think she wanted food, and she was always having kittens. So her mother, you know, kind of got into this perpetually hunger state. I think cats will do that. They'll get addicted to eating because they don't have anything else they can really do. So it's just kind of the unfortunate nature of it. So yeah, that was that. A little bit of a sad story, but you know, she's all right now. Anyway, do I use quartz brick? No, I hate quartz brick. It doesn't look right to me. It's fine for like bathroom tiling. So if I ever make a bathroom, I'll default to quartz brick as like my go-to tiling kind of look. But I just personally, I'm not a fan. Not a fan of quartz bricks. They didn't even have the nerve to add walls, stairs, and slab variants of the quartz brick. Which is very weird, but oh well. They did the same thing with end stone brick. Uh-oh. What'd I do? Oh, I copied it. Shite. Beautiful story. Damn. You asked this before, but I think you missed it. How old was I when I started playing on 2B2T? Well, I will be... So I will have played on 2B2T starting 10 years ago. This coming February will have been 10 years ago. Oh no, what did I do? There we go. So yeah, 10 years ago this coming February, 2022, so 2012. So yeah, this coming February will have been 10 years since I began playing 2B2T. Even though I don't play it now, but that's when I started. So I'm 32 now, so that I just turned 22 back then. So yeah. Hope that answers your question, JJ. I'm a great person. Well, I'm not that great. I just like cats. Okay. Now then. Rotato 180. Paste. Perfect. Having a pet is cool. Well, yeah, I think so. She's a loving little thing. She's my little lap cat. She likes laying on me in bed. I'll occasionally put her in my lap, and she'll just sit there and enjoy being in my lap for a while. I pet her a lot. Quartz brick should look like stone brick. I think with bricks, Mojang wants to make brick patterns different for every type of brick. that they add. Like with the upcoming mud brick in 1.19, you know how they look like little tiny, you know, actual mud bricks. It's a texture we don't really have access to. We don't have anything that's similar to it, and they don't really want it to be the same. So I can't really blame them for wanting to kind of diversify brick type. But I do agree that quartz bricks don't look right. Something about them is just odd. But oh well, you know. It is what it is. Mojang has chosen to do it how they've chosen to do it. Yes, it does. Thank you. How did I find the server? So I ended up seeing 2B2T advertised on the Video Game Generals board when I was trying to find a more hardcore server, or at least a server more tailored to me. I was getting too big for my britches. So I felt finding a server that was more, you know, no holds barred, like people will not show you mercy here, that sort of thing. I felt like a server like that would be more my speed. So I, you know, set out to find something like that, and I found it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, 2B2T was a really good, interesting, fun place to be for a very long time, and is really only within the last 2 to 2.5 years really fallen off the way that it has. If it would go back to being cool, you know, like the olden days, the catch-22 is everybody would then want to play it, at which point it would stop being cool. So, like, it's paradoxical. 2B2T can never go back to the way it was, because if it does, a bajillion new friends will show up out of the woodwork to make it promptly not as cool as it used to be. So, like, if the server has another near-death experience and just kind of hangs at that level, that's about what it would have to take. And it would have to just stay that way for years, to where people could kind of have a slight, you know, a bit of a peace of mind if the server's going to stay even-keeled and not, like, outrageous. But then, you know, Housemaster won't, or whoever master, won't be making bank on the queue anymore. And so bad shit would very likely occur from that, like Housemaster asking, because we know, or, well, I keep calling him Housemaster, but whoever's in charge, asking big-ass YouTubers to do, you know, exploitative server tour styled videos, things of that nature. We know for a fact that happens. That we have gotten so much more press over the years because a certain someone wants more money and more players, and thus more people buying queue, priority queue, etc., etc. Like, I guarantee you, if the numbers slacked off like that, we would see another camping rusher show up. And that would really just be out of the necessity of maintaining the server existence. Whoever master, yeah. I mean, that's the best way to put it, right? We don't know that it's technically George Bush 420. We don't know that it's George, or Housemaster. We don't know that it's Brad Pitt 69. We don't know who it is. Not really. Supposedly, 2B2T is run like a business. There are investors who have, you know, a stake in how the thing is run. Like, it's obvious they want there to be traffic to generate money. And so 2B2T will forever be at their mercy, basically. So I don't know. I don't think there's a model that could really appropriately run 2B2T anyway without it devolving into, you know, some sort of money laundering scheme or Q fleecing scheme or whatever like that. Like, whatever it is. I just don't think that's possible. And so, we will forever be stuck in a vicious cycle of new friend after new friend after new friend. A wave upon wave upon wave of endless tourists. And that is how it is until the day the server finally dies. And at that point, you won't have it. It will be dead. It will be unplayable. So, enjoy. Look forward to that. Sea lanterns look modern. Oh, I know. I love them. Sea lanterns have always given me this sort of sleek, cool, modern feel to it. So anything you build out of them becomes automatically more cool than it would naturally be. I just find that really interesting. So anyway, next big question. What is my favorite song genre? I love rock. I have just absolutely fallen in love with the rock of yore. Things like Def Leppard, the Scorpions, a little bit of some of Kiss's work, Journey, Boston, so many other bands that I could name. There's just so much good old school rock out there that's just, it's amazing. The likes of famous guitarists like Ted Nugent, Eddie Van Halen, so many different artists. Like, it's mind-boggling how there was such a huge renaissance of music before I was born, and it died so quickly. Or rather, it was run out of existence so quickly. I'm just gonna say it. Grunge killed rock. They're the people in the music industry who are responsible for it are very unapologetic about it. They were all too happy to kill rock in favor of grunge. So yeah, that's a thing. But yeah, like I've always had this thing for like melodies and for a really catchy tune, and rock just seems to be capable of making those. Hey Rive, yeah, Epic Builder. I guess so, if you say so. But anyway, so yeah, it's just a shame that era ended before I even really could know anything about it. I feel bad for everybody else too, because everybody else has missed out on it. I guarantee you everybody here is under the age of 25. Just about. Shit, I don't have pains in here. And so I guarantee you most of you have missed out on that too. I mean, you can go back and listen to the classics like I do, but almost none of us got to live it. It's just such a shame. Such a shame. So yeah, I don't really want to go down the rabbit hole of music too hard, but you get the idea. Am I Fit MC with a voice changer? No, I'm not Fit MC. I'm affiliated loosely with Fit. Fit's himself. I am me. You know. We're friends from way back. That's about it. I don't have quite the same timbre to my voice that Fit has. So you're not gonna like catch me saying the oldest anarchy server in Minecraft unironically. You'll hear me say it ironically, just not unironically. So yeah, no, I'm not fit with a voice changer. I will never be fit with a voice changer. Do I like children and why? Ooh, that's a touchy subject. Mostly because people are so eager to call people out. I wouldn't mind having children someday. I can kind of tolerate children to a degree. A lot better than most. But, when it comes to talking with children, like, I can only take so much. I hate to say this, but children don't often have more than, 2 or 3 passing thoughts in their heads. And, like, it gets old fast, And, yeah. I appreciate what kids are. I appreciate what they're worth. They are the future generation, etc., etc. But, like, I don't know. Children are... I'm just gonna have to say it. Children are annoying. They are. Nobody can really fault them. Nobody can really deny that. Like, children are always going to be, to a degree, a facet of the internet, basically. A lot of kids born today are going to be born in an internet age. They aren't going to know the pre-internet days. And so they're going to be, they're going to have to grow up in that world. I don't envy them. I really don't. So I feel a lot of empathy for children having to make it in a world that, quite honestly, will be extremely alien to them. Because nobody really wants to, like, see things from a kid's perspective. People are not quick to try and understand kids. They're quick to shoo them, to get them out of here. Go back to your corner. Go back to your whatever. So, like, I know how that feels. I know how that was because I was told, get out of here, kid, when I was young. I think everybody will be. Everybody has been. So that's really not a new experience. Like, everybody's found themselves, not being appreciated because you're a kid. That there's a certain powerlessness that nobody likes about being a kid. So I empathize with them. I try to tolerate them because people didn't really try to tolerate me as a kid when I was a kid. Other kids didn't try to tolerate me as a kid. And, like, I can be an asshole and propagate that. Or I can choose to be more understanding and not. And just not worry about it. Because kids are always going to be kids no matter what the era. So you may as well kind of not worry about it. Maybe don't necessarily ignore them into the ground, but maybe don't, like, be abhorrently rude to them. You know what I mean? You can be nice enough to not, like, be terrible. Now, that doesn't mean I'm gonna, like, dull my edge just for the sake of children like Fit has. That is the one thing that I genuinely... I understand why he's had to do that. But I can't bring myself to do that. That would be compromising who I am. And I can't bring myself to do that. So I'm not going to, like, become a family-friendly content creator or any of that shit. It's more of a, I understand, but, like, when you're an adult, you can be an adult, And I'm going to exercise that. I'm going to be an adult. And I'm going to treat, if you are a child right now, and I know there are at least 1 or 2 of them, I'm not going to treat you like a child. I'm not going to be, you know, that considerate. But, like, when I was a kid, that was what I would have wanted. I wouldn't have minded people pretending I'm not a child for 5 minutes and, like, actually take me seriously and, you know. Because kids kind of learn from that. They don't really... They benefit from challenging and from expectations and things of that nature. You know. Give somebody a cause or a reason to improve, and more often than not, you'll find they will rise to that cause. And so if you don't like children, and I know there are a lot of people who don't, then one of the best things you can try to do is make them feel like they're an adult and like make them try to act the part a little bit. And just, you know, hold that expectation out there and see if they can maybe rise to it. I'm not saying that's going to work 100% of the time. But yeah, like, there's a magic to watching children grow up and no longer be children and be themselves, find who they are. You know, there's something to that. Like, that's the journey we all undergo sooner or later. And if you don't, I pity you. And, yeah, like, being conscious of that and not being too much of an asshole about it. Like, yeah, I'd say that's something everybody could work on. Everybody is all too eager to be dismissive of kids and stuff. So yeah. Rive asks, how long did it take me to build this on 2B2T? About 2 years. On everything that I got done on 2B2T itself, it took about 2 years. And 3 years if you count the copy. That took about a year to do as well. Let me tell you, it was not easy. If the likes of Veritone did not exist, I would not have been able to make this place. It would have been way too hard. Mostly just because it was so tedious and time-consuming. Holy shit, you just don't even know how difficult it was to build the disc itself. Agree with treat them like an adult. Yeah, yeah. Most kids want that even. You know, obviously do it within reason and like treat them as an adult as is appropriate. You know, don't give them cigarettes or alcohol or some shit like that, obviously. But you get the idea. You know, I think you all understand where I'm coming from with that. Oh man, I love hanging beacons. People say the best creature in the game is this or that, but the best thing in the game is trees. Without them, you can't do anything. Not true. You can build and do stuff using wood from abandoned mine shafts. So you don't actually need trees. Fun fact. Hat cheese, you're a kid. Oh no. Well, good luck with that. You will not be a kid someday. So you can look forward to that. Whenever that is for you, I don't know. Now then, I want to put some banners too. You can take solace in the fact that one day you will have adult responsibility and problems and, well, it may just be more than you think you know, or more than you think you want. So beware. One day you'll grow up. That's not a blessing. It's a curse. Oh, but it comes for all of us sooner or later. Now then. I think that's one too many banners. That's better. Anyway. Damn, you see a lot of new people in chat. Yeah, Fit gave me a shout out the other day, and that really... I think actually it was yesterday morning, come to think of it. And so yeah, that got a few extra people involved. More interested in watching me do this. Which is good, you know. I'm happy there's a set of new faces here or there. Great work, man. It's looking amazing, brother. Thank you. Thank you, Morbid Rain. Hadn't talked to you in a few streams, I think. Glad to see you came out again. New People Ambassador, hello. Frostbite asks, how do you hate kids if you're a kid? Oh, that's incredibly easy. If you yourself are a kid, other kids are the bane of your existence. Because other kids are in constant competition for attention, resources. Like, other kids get things you don't. Some kids have it easy when you don't. And because you're a child, you don't understand how the world really works. And so when the bubble of reality pops and you're left reeling from that, you don't know how to make sense of it. You don't understand, well, why can't it be this way? Why did, it's so unfair. Why is this way? Why did this have to happen? Why? And when you're a kid, you can't figure those things out for yourself as easily. That's really the sort of thing you only get with the insight of an adult, with the experience of an adult. And that takes time. And so it's easy to sort of look at other kids and go, oh, hell, they have something I don't, and that's not fair, and therefore I don't like them. Or, and other things is, kids don't have the manners and, shall we say, the finesse of an older, more experienced person. So they beat up on and bully each other. Not that adults can't do that either, just that adults are more, some adults, they're always going to be that way. But some adults have grown out of it too. Like, there are people who were bullies and are not any longer. It's just one of those things. So yeah, like I can completely understand not liking other kids as a kid. Like, other kids will be, the cause of so much of your pain. You have to go to school with other kids. And you don't have any recourse. Like, you're stuck. You have to do what you have to do. And that hurts. Let me tell you, that hurts. Actually, I think I'll put these up here. So yeah, I remember how it was when I was a kid. I remember how I felt. I couldn't put it into words like that back then, but now, looking back on it, yeah, like I completely understand. It's sad, but, life has all those types of things to it. Those sorts of moments. Did I get my Space Valk shirt early? No, I didn't. Nothing went on sale early. Oh yeah, that reminds me, the code, the password thing. Yeah, that was a promotional thing. Like, there was never anything to that. When that password thing went live, like, that didn't mean anything. Don't worry about it. The sale for the shirts is 2 weeks exactly. So that would be what? November the... that was 23rd, so November 6th. So I believe the 6th is the final day, and that's it. And so there would not have been a way to get anything early. And even if there was, it wouldn't have mattered because it's all aggregate sales based off of pre-orders. So it wouldn't have mattered. So who cares? Like, at best, it would have just allowed you to see the designs early. But again, there was no such thing. That was just a promotional gimmick. So don't go thinking, Now, I will say this. I did see the Space Valk shirt early. I saw that sucker back in July. Or was it August? I don't remember. But yeah, I've known about the design for a while. So, yeah, like, nothing strange there. That was just something, you know, just par for the course. So yeah, it was, it turned out well, I'd say. We won't know anything until everything's all said and finished. But it's looking good so far. I can't say any more details than that, and please don't try to pry into anything more than that. My hands are tied on that one. But you get the idea. You know, everything is all good. But anyway, are there Space Valk shirts? Yes, there are, Hat Cheese. Go look at Fit's store. Fit has a link to his store in the description of his latest video, where he shows it all off. You'll be more than capable of buying yours at some point. However, you're only capable of buying within the next 2 weeks. So, you know, get it now, basically. You won't have the option elsewise. So yeah. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Go buy it. It's a limited deal. The way there's a space between Jack and therippa kind of triggers you. Yeah, and it triggers me too, but unfortunately, YouTube is what it is. The name was taken way back when. I would have happily registered Jack therippa, all one word, like I was used to making it. But somebody just beat me to it. And I couldn't tell you who that person was. I don't even think they've got that as their name anymore. I don't even know if I can change the name anymore. Hell, I don't know that I should. I really couldn't tell you. I just know that if you search it up in YouTube, I show up first. And that's really all that I care about, so. Oh well. It's not the end of the world. It doesn't matter that much. Okay. Get a little bit of the chiseled-y goodness in here. This is just sort of like a vaulted ceiling, I guess. I'll make this a little entrance room. You know what I haven't done? I haven't put armor stands in anything in a while. I like making armor stands and showing off netherite armor. It makes it feel sort of like a lavish, or a more lavish styled building. Something like that. Being a kid stops you from buying one. Okay. I'm sorry, man. That happens. Maybe someday you'll be able to find or buy a second-hand shirt on eBay or wherever. Who knows? Or maybe we'll do this promotional thing again in the future. Who can say for sure? But I will say that if it does well, you can expect some stuff in the future if it does well. Let's put that there. Yeah, that looks good. So when you walk in, your eyes are drawn upward. Just like that. And then I believe I have it in here. Yeah, the good old lightning rod with candle. That is such a cool looking rustic sort of I don't know, a rustic sort of entranceway. Like, I love it. I love that look. I really kind of wish the flame entity was visible from farther away. Well, it kind of is. I don't know. If you squint real hard, you can see it. Okay. And then I kind of want like a chandelier something hanging down from the center. Yeah, I think that'll look good. Now then, someone named Universe and made an inspired build. Yeah, I know. He's a Discord mod, and I believe he's a YouTube mod as well. Yeah, I talk with Universe a lot. Like, I'm well aware that he made his inspired base. I gave him my blessing. That's what a lot of the people on that Reddit thread don't seem to understand. Like, he was okay to do that. He didn't rip me off. Like, he made a really cool inspired version, but he made his own stuff. Like, he didn't just steal everything that I did and claim it as his own. Like, he did his own stuff. It's okay. I've seen it firsthand. I have the world download. It's cool. Don't worry. Forget about it. Forget about it. So yeah. Very unfortunate that the Redditors of our Minecraft, or wherever it was he posted it, I forget, genuinely don't seem to grasp the concept of an homage. Like, yeah, to the untrained eye, it may look like a ripoff, but I'm alright with it. If it had been a ripoff, I would have said something. But oh well. You'll always have those who are ignorant for ignorance's sake. Big sad. Big sad. But, oh well, I try not to let those types get to me. Anyway, we want lessons in building. Okay, let's see. Well, this section right here is a great example. Perfect place to start right here. So we have a blank slate right here, right? Sorry, I had to take a drink. So what's something I can put here? Because this blank wall, like, it's blank. I don't want it to stay blank. I want it to have something memorable. Detail. The best way to do that is with geometry. The beauty about things, especially like stairs, and this is why I'm such a big advocate for sideways stairs and slabs, is it allows you more detailed geometry. For example, if I could place a sideways stair... Oh, whoops, I had to... fuck, didn't mean to break that. So if I could place a sideways stair here, I could have, instead of it being indented like this, I could have it sort of slatted, sort of like a grating, like that. Instead, however, there would be a hole here, and it would be a full, or a half, you know, a slab. Instead of 3/4 of the block being taken up, only half the block would be taken up in a more favorable position. You could make gratings, you could make gabled rooftops, you could make all sorts of shit doing this. And it allows for greater detail and greater control over the detail in your build. And Mojang just doesn't get that. And it's a sad state of affairs. Now, I don't actually want that part connected to anything, so I'm going to keep it like that. That way, on the inside, here, I've got one set of detailing. And on the outside, or rather, sorry, this is technically the outside because it's connected to the outside here. But on the inside here, it's got its own set of detailing that's separate from everything else. And in fact, I'll go a step further and sort of segregate out this tiny portion to kind of make it look and stand out just a little bit more. And I'll put some lighting, combine that with an armor stand for later when I go around putting armor on everything. And there you go. That's a good way to separate your walls and make them seem more individualistic. You don't want everything looking the same, and Well, geometry is the only way you're going to do that. Okay, I don't want this part connecting up here. There we go. And then I'll just copy paste this because I like this design. Just like that. And I'll just fill in this back area here. Oh, we got a bleeder. Okay. Nope. Try to put it like that. There, that way it doesn't look like it's connecting. Same for this one. Alrighty then. Okay. What if the fifth column found this? Ooh, yeah, that's not possible. You don't understand what the fifth column was and how they work. The fifth column is not capable of literally jacking into a single-player world. That's not how it works. They could only join unwhitelisted multiplayer servers. And this is neither whitelisted nor a multiplayer server. So, if somebody showed up here, I could just ban them. Not to mention, I have backups. Like, I'm not a fool. I make frequent backups of this place. Believe me. We're good. Like, this place will forever be out there in some capacity. Don't worry. Oh, well, good night, Inrox. He has to put the fifth column owns the server. Except it's not a server, it's a single player file. Or a save file. Like, it would be so easy to just undo whatever they did. If they were to do something. If that was even possible, which it isn't. So, like, please understand the nature of these exploits. When you see a Fit MC video, please do your research and figure out what is and is not realistic. Don't go, oh my god, what if Pop Bob logs in? Like, have more common sense than that. I realize that Fit's videos attract the lowest common denominator. Please try to be better than that. Like, the fifth column stuff. Perfect example. Like, the fifth column isn't... They're not capable of doing the things that people seem to think they're capable of doing. Not to that degree. They can do things, sure. They have definitely raided bases, servers, etc., etc. But I mean, like, you know, they're not going to steal your credit card information. They're not going to hijack your personal private server as long as it's whitelisted. And so, it's just silly things like that. Oh, damn, I can't put a staircase there. That'll mess with things. So yeah, you're memeing? Oh, okay. I'm sorry, like, what is it? Poe's Law? Is there's an internet adage. Sorry about that. What was your name? Oh god. Sal Volcano. There's an internet meme, or not meme, an internet law, an old adage from years ago that basically said, I want to say it's called Poe's Law, but it may be called something else. I can't think of what it's called. It's basically that parody will eventually be confused with the real deal. So, like, be careful. no matter what you meme or you joke about, be careful. It could come true, because that's just kind of the nature of things like this, you know. People don't often think of it as being the sort of, you know, when you make a meme, you just think of it as, well, it's just a meme. But I've seen memes grow legs and walk away. So, sorry if I took you too seriously, but, like, that is a genuine, heartfelt plea. Like, a lot of Fitz fans fall prey to that. They let their imaginations run wild. Please don't. They hack your PC or something, just take the world file. No, that's... If they were going to hack my PC, I would be in so much more trouble than just simply losing a world file. It would... That would be something to worry about, sure. But only if you go to bad sites and you download malware and you download clients that people on 2B2T have made. You know, stuff that you probably ought not to do. Yeah, then it might be a problem. But, it's just one of those things. Like, everybody exercise a modicum of common sense, please. I know I'm begging and barking up the wrong tree on that, but, like, you can't blame me for asking. Maybe I'm hosting the world files on an FTP. I could. I mean, yeah, that's a thing I am definitely capable of doing. I don't see a reason. I don't know why I would, but yeah, I could. Sure. But at the same time, a simple single-player world file... Nah, I don't like that. A simple single-player world file need only stay a single-player world file. I just don't see a reason to do more than that. Especially when I'm just streaming, you know, this type of open-ended stuff, you know. This kind of open-ended bullshit that has no real large-scale impact on anything. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm really liking how that has come along. Now I kind of want to coat these in slabs just to kind of separate them out. Do I think doxing is a problem with... Well, that's always been a problem. People getting mad and like finding each other's docs to use as weapons, that's nothing new. That shit had been happening on 2B2T since day one. You will never see an end to it either. That's like rain. Like, that's always gonna be there. So yeah, just get used to people doing that. Don't participate in it, but you should always expect it. You know, when it's about to rain, expect bring an umbrella, expect inconvenience. You know, things like that. Okay. It's getting there. Hey Jack, do you know how to crystal PvP? Asks Frostbite. Kinda, sorta. I mean, in theory, it's very simple, but in practice, no, I'm not good at it. If I had the time and the desire, maybe I could be, but I don't feel a reason to. I don't see a reason to crystal PvP people. That's just not my thing. I prefer building. I prefer doing. That's how I move. That's That's what makes me play Minecraft, you know? There just isn't anything in something like Crystal PvP for me. Let's stack. Actually, I can go ahead and fill up at least that much. I have your docs right now. Sure. Funny enough, I don't think anybody has ever really fully doxed me. A lot of people tried, but I don't think they ever succeeded. Which is good, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they just never told me. In which case, oh well, what can I do? I mean, if they've already doxed me, they've already doxed me, you know? But yeah. What videos do I watch on YouTube? What type of videos? I watch a lot of science shit. A lot of video essay type of stuff. I watch clips of VTubers. I watch Let's Plays. I watch TASes of speedruns and things like that. Just depends on what I'm in the mood for. I'll listen to music too on the side. That's probably where I developed my taste in music, was building, oddly enough, and just listening to various things that strike my fancy. If they have your docs, dox yourself first so that they don't win. I don't know, that sounds kind of foolish. Like, what if they don't have your docs and they're just, you know, bluffing? And then by doxing yourself, you have played into their hands. Like, I'd say just ignore it and don't give them any mind. It's not worth it. Don't worry about it. Let's stack this up to, what, 35? 36. There we go. Alrighty then. Okay. Hey Jack, have I visited the interdimensional bridge by Crowbar? I don't think I was no wait, I was still doing Space Valk at that time, and I was too busy with that. So no, I was never able to go to that. I saw the render he posted on the Reddit though. Looked really nice. Like I loved how it turned out. But no, I've never been to that place itself. I don't even know where it is actually. I thought I knew once upon a time, but then I was proven wrong. So, oh well, doesn't matter. Have people tried to backdoor the server through getting into House's account? Yes, a bunch of people have tried that. I'm not going to say who, and I'm not going to say how. One or two of them were successful, but they were very quickly had the kibosh put on them. Let's move that back, what, 3 blocks? Yeah, that'll work. And then stack it 4 without air. There we go. Nice little cavity right here. Ooh, Actually, if I put it there, that's more even? Yeah, that's even. Yeah, that works. Let's detail it up a little bit more. Put some chiseled. Do I want this, or do I want the bacon? I like the bacon better. Yes. Sort of give it a nice little detailed hanging lip, if you will. Actually, I can go a bit farther on the lip hanging part. Something like this. And then curve the edges in. Put some slabs. And there we go. Nice little indented shelf. There's nothing up there, but it kind of gives you a little bit of curiosity, like, well, what might be up there? I don't know. And then another little indent above that. I like that. I like little indents here and there. Kind of gives a bit of character to a build. Now then, I think I will do one major question. One final major question. What is my favorite game other than Minecraft? That'll be the final one for today. Oh, wait, hold on a sec. Okay. So, favorite game other than Minecraft? Ooh, that is a tough one. I really love a lot of RPGs from back in the day. Games like Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy VI, Final Fantasies 4, 5, 7, 9, 8 was a bomb. I liked Persona 4. Persona 4 was really cool. And I really liked, what was an RPG I played recently? Oh, God. There are a bunch of really old RPGs that never saw the light of day in America for the Super Nintendo and for others. I've played through them over the years. There are a lot of really spot-on, awesome old-school RPGs that just never got any meaningful recognition. And they should have. They really should have. But, c'est la vie. So yeah, I've really had a penchant for RPGs over the years. And yeah, I mean, just a lot of really great RPGs exist that I will probably play at some point on stream. I don't know when, I don't know where. But yeah, there are a bunch, so don't worry, it will happen. Like Chrono Trigger, for those of you who have somehow not heard about Chrono Trigger, Chrono Trigger was literally voted the best game of the Japanese Heisei, was it Heisei? Heian? I forget what it was called. Of an entire era, which is like 30-something years. It's like one of the best RPGs made in that entire, section of time. Like, of all time. It's really stunning. And having played Chrono Trigger, I can agree. I can agree with that. It is an excellent game. And so yeah, just like there are still people who have not experienced the wonderful experience that is Chrono Trigger. Highly recommend going and playing that one. There we go. And so yeah, that one's easily my favorite non-Minecraft game of all time. Easily. Just because Chrono Trigger has such a warm place in my heart from all the years and years and years I played it as a kid, and I played it and replayed it again as an adult. Like, I know a lot of people are like, well, you know, this is an older nostalgic game, and then a certain crowd really likes it, but it probably doesn't live up to the hype. It's probably not as good as everybody says it is. No. Chrono Trigger is one of those games that will and has stood the test of time and will continue to stand the test of time for as long as there is time to stand the test of. Believe me when I say this, it is one of the best games ever made. And I am putting that up against Minecraft. Me, famous builder who loves building shit and slapping blocks together in Minecraft. It beats Minecraft. No joke. Highly recommend that game. It is amazing. It is an awesome experience. I warn you, once you've played a game like Chrono Trigger, there's no higher level. There's nothing you will get to replace it. So when you do finally beat it and you've had your fill, there really isn't going to be anything that can fill the hole in your heart that Chrono Trigger is going to leave. I'm sorry, it's just the truth. And so, you know, be prepared for that. But other than that, Chrono Trigger is an amazing game. And I'm honestly surprised I hadn't thought about talking about it sooner. Really am. I said c'est la vie. Do I speak Japanese? Yes, I speak a bit of Japanese. C'est la vie is just kind of like I know it's French, but it's like a loaned sort of French. Like, it's so commonly used in English, it may as well be an English expression at this point. So yeah, it's just one of those things. Come on, paste. There we go. I say shit like c'est la vie and other things all the time. It's just kind of my gimmick. I enjoy doing it because it's fun. At least to me, it's fun. I'm sure it's not very fun if you're French and you don't like hearing Americans butcher your language. Whoops. Rotato, pasto. So I'm sorry if I butcher your language, but honestly, I'm not that sorry. So I'm going to keep doing it. One of my mods, Super Jean-Not, he is French. And he's like, Jack, stop saying French things. And I'm like, no. I like doing it too much. And if it triggers him, all the more. It's funnier all the same. I mean, what's the harm, you know? If somebody had taken an interest, in only like a passing interest, but, you know, somebody takes a passing interest in your language, you know, be happy, I guess. As for Japanese, I mean, I've studied Japanese for like 3.5 years now. I really, I hope to be fluent one day. I'm a ways off. But, you know, I like it well enough. I'm gonna put... You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna beat it open with my bare hands. Because breaking blocks with my bare hands makes me feel like a man. There we go. I'm also French, but I don't really care. Oh, well good. Thank you, Exotic Bunny. I didn't realize you were French. I didn't put two and two together on that one. I guess some people are more sensitive about being this or that than others. Yeah, that's true. At least French is not forgotten. That's a good point. I wouldn't want any language to be forgotten. I don't think that'll ever really happen in the age of the internet. With instant communication being what it is, I just don't imagine there are going to be people who want to have something be slowly forgotten. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong and that will still happen anyway. Who's to say? Put an armor stand here. Yeah, I like that. And then replace quartz block with quartz pillar. Okay. Let's get in there. Whoops. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to make this building, but oh well. French parents? No, I don't have French parents. You lied, you're not French. Oh, man. Well, Exotic Bunny, I'm disappointed. Nah, not really. But as long as you enjoy doing whatever you enjoy doing. So if you enjoy being fake French, then I understand. Well, not really. I don't know why anyone would want to be French, but hey. Oh, I joke because I kid. Or I joke because I care. Sorry. Okay. So, where to take it from here? I do kind of want... I'll cut it off here. I'll make the room kind of have its own... There we go. There we are. Something you really want to learn in Japanese, but your school doesn't give Japanese class. Yeah, I had to wait until I was in a university to actually be able to do that. I warn you, taking Japanese is very difficult. Because it's... Obviously, I take it you're a native English speaker, or at least... Oh yeah, Fit gave me a channel shout-out. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, he did, Nicola. It was very good of him to do that. I'm very happy he did. But anyway, so as I was saying, the biggest problem with learning a language like Japanese, and this goes for Chinese, Korean, whatever other East Asian language you pick up, there's such a difference in the way you have to think. you're basically going to have to sort of rewire your brain. And I struggle with that a lot. So like, just beware if you're going to take something, because I know Korean has gotten very popular, as has Chinese. So like, I warn you, if you're going to do that, you're going to have to be on your A game when it comes to, you know, rewiring your brain, figuratively speaking. So yeah. To me, the teacher makes the languages easier to learn. Yes and no. I get that a teacher makes all the difference. But no teacher can make you understand everything under the sun. Like, to a degree, your own ability is going to be what gets you there. Or not. And, yeah, with East Asian languages, it will be... It'll be a bit of an uphill battle. It just is. Like, that's how they are. It's worth it if you can learn from a young age. It's much more worth it. You'll catch more of the material and understand it better. Because the younger you are, the more adept you will be at rewiring your brain. It's just a child thing. Like, there's nothing I, as an adult, can really do to, like, speed that up or change that. I'm kind of stuck with the ability that I have. But hey, you know, I do the best that I can. I'll make do. I haven't given up. So, you know, don't nobody else give up either. Okay then. So before I start decorating the side... Well, actually, before I decorate the ceiling, I want to decorate this wall. Yeah, that'll work. Oh no! Oh god. Shit, that came over me so fast. I'm so sorry. Oh god. That one hurt. Oh shit. Ow. Yeah, it was loud. I'm so sorry. I tried to turn my head. I'm sorry, everybody. Sneezes. Whoa. I hate sneezing so much. My sinuses burn every time. Your ears, I'm so sorry, O2B. I'm sorry, Any Rocks. It was an accident. I meant to turn away, but like... Dies from a sneeze, what a way to go, I know. Ugh. It's okay. You live in Quebec. Okay, no wonder. Was that the country you were born in, Exotic Bunny? Sneeze was an absolute unit, also high. Hey, Jay. Thank you. I didn't mean to. I've been very good about catching them before they get out, but like that one was just... He was a jailbreaker. I don't know. I don't know how to put it. Crept up on me like a lightning bolt. Put a teensy bit of detail in like so. Guess I'll just do that. God, I hope I don't die by a sneeze. Or something in the future. Okay. And then I'm going to resort to an old bad habit. Kind of. I haven't done it in a while. Leaves. Need something organic, you know. Growing inside it. And then I can take the... I don't like the azalea leaves. I like the flowering azalea leaves better. Kind of just put those there. Ah. This thing right here was the best addition to 1.17, like, ever. Greetings from Russia. How long have I been building this? Oh, I've like... I started building it in 2017. So it's going on 5 years. I can't believe it's been that long, but it's been... yeah, about 5 years that I've been building on this space. So yeah, I got a lot to show for it at least. There we go. I think that works. How can I stay focused for so long? Dedication, motivation, acceleration. That's how. Oh, this wall is awfully blank too. Yeah, this wall could definitely benefit from something inside it. I think I'm going to embed a lattice work of some kind here. Let's see now, how many blocks large is this? 18. So that means the internal area is 16. I guess it doesn't matter if it's an odd number or an even number. Should be fine. Oh, and to separate it out, I'm going to use smooth quartz. At least smooth quartz hasn't been a complete waste. Oh yeah, that makes it stand out just enough. You know, the older you get and the more hard work you pour into something, the more if you're the type of person who will commit to anything, the more you want to see it turn out good. I want to see this place get to be what it deserved to be on 2B2T. And so that's why I keep plugging away at it. Like, I really want this place to be my magnum opus. Like, the thing that I cannot ever hope to top. I hope a bunch of things over the years become kind of like something people know me for, you know? And that I'm not just the Space Valk guy, but like, you know, I also do a bunch of other things too. Why is it taking so long? Stick around here in about 10 minutes. I will do a tour, and you'll understand why it will take so long. I'm feeling very inspired today, so I wanted to get all these designs put in here or there. Still needs a little bit of something here or there. There's just like a lot of dark, empty space up here that I could fill in with stuff. You know, usual. Actually, some chandeliers would not be a bad idea. Let's get some obsidian. This will probably be the last thing I do inside this for today. And then I'll do the tour. Okay, cool. A lot of people don't realize just how much time and effort you have to pour into something. Ooh, I really like that. And then maybe right here. I'll put my favorite light fixture style. There we go. Actually, these two sides probably don't need, or the two parts in the middle don't need to be here. There. Wonderful. This area is still mostly kind of empty, but I'll work on it. Okay. Let us stack that, what, 20 blocks? There we go. Sort of complete the edge. Okay. Here's the middle point. And a door, just to kind of I don't know, I'll have to put something on this wall just because it's empty. But yeah, that'll do for today for this. And so now I shall do as I promised. You can give a giant tour. So over the last few, I don't know, about a month I'd say, I've been working on this and some stuff over here, some stuff over there. Let me expand the render distance a bit. I'm wearing armor, yes. This was the armor I had on 2B2T actually. I just turned it to netherite because it looked cool. But anyway, these are just all sorts of various buildings, things that I haven't fully finished in many cases. Some of these are finished, like this is a bank. Right here, you know, it's about as done as it's gonna get. There's all sorts of little details here or there. That's a museum. This is a bunch of apartments. I did a short on this very, you know, thing. So if you recognize it from that, that's where that's from. Just a bunch of little houses here or there. This is another giant apartment complex. This is a casino. Complete with pinballs, or not pinball, slot machines and, yeah, roulette, craps, blackjack, all sorts of stuff like that. Giant clock. This is a restaurant of sorts that I got from an old world download. I forget what I was going to do with this place, but I haven't finished this building either. There's a lot to do. And there's a lot of empty space to fill in, because let me tell you, there is like almost 1 square kilometer of area that just doesn't have a whole lot going for it, but let me tell you, there's so much left to do, it hurts. So many buildings, so much design decision. This is a vegetable production farm with villagers that auto farm for me. This is a vending machine. Like a house, almost like a hall with just nothing but accumulated vending machines in it. Stuff like this. And then over here is more empty space, because I just haven't moved this far over yet. Now, why does it cut off here? Chunk rendering seems to be a bit... No, wait. There we go. Sometimes chunks just don't want to render. Give me double jack on the rocks. I'm going to make roads to link to the houses. Well, that's what these are right here. Oh, yeah, I forgot about the dirt mansion. I was going to make a joke with the dirt mansion, but I don't think I want to. Like, the dirt mansion never really looked like a thing I was all that interested in. I don't know. Absolutely, every building has its own interior. Some buildings have more interior than others. Like, I'll come back to them. Like, for example, this building has a pretty decent amount of interior, but, like, I can't think of what to put here yet. So this upper area is mostly blank. But one day when I get, you know, enough inspiration, I'll figure out something to put for. The dirt mansion, it's a joke. Just don't worry about it. It was something I was going to make, and then I just kind of never bothered. I can't really think of how to finish the joke and make it good. So I don't know. There are lots of axolotls swimming inside the disc, as the entire internal area is filled with water. So, you know, there's that. This is the water highway. This whole thing, the disc, when I built it on 2B2T, I had to use baritone, and it took about a year to get all of it built up. So many double chests of boxes of quartz, it's not even funny. And then this was a space dock that I made last week. It kind of pretty well turned out more or less what I wanted. And then I believe we've looped back around to where we started today. This may just be like a really pretty mansion. I don't know. And then obviously we have the central pillar, if it will load in. The central ring, which circumnavigates the entire place. Let me alter the render distance again, because that will force this area to load faster. And so yeah, this is all Space Valk 3. You haven't seen anything more futuristic than this? Oh, I know. I went all out on this. I really did. Like, I tried my damnedest to make this place as amazing as I could possibly make it. This was our central storage area. This was the playroom with 3D chessboard. a giant pipe organ that I stole from a spawn masons meeting, a little kitchen, crop fields, and I don't know, this was sort of like a motherboard looking thing. Back when I built this, water would not waterlog slabs. That was kind of like a feature from 1.13, so it just kind of happened. But I like the look of it. This was just me being artsy on this particular level. I didn't want to make it a crop farm, so I didn't. You know, you got all the crops that you can grow except for pumpkin and melon. I don't really care about pumpkin and melon. This is a giant ass aquarium. One of the first aquariums I ever made when I updated it to 1.13. All these fish everywhere. Ah, yes. Let me shrink the render distance because that helps. This is a giant open map of the whole place. I have glass over everything so it obscures what it looks like. Don't worry, when the whole place is finished, I'll fix that so you will be able to see the details eventually, you know. But yeah. Yeah, this is all the area Space Valkyrie takes up, with a maximum zoomed out version here. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's really something. So yeah, this is Space Valk 3. Up here is a return and an exit portal. If you jump in here, this will just take you straight out of the end entirely. This is like a return to the overworld portal right here. And then there's a teleport at spawn, which will teleport you exactly right here. Like exactly on top of this point. So you're always able to return to Space Valk. And then this is a way out that allows you to just sort of look over everything. You know, we used to fly with Elytra, and so that was a convenient exit point back in the day. And then you can sort of soar over the park and these auroras. They really add a beauty to the place that just... This place would not have the beauty that it has without the Aurora Borealis, that I shamelessly stole from an adventure map I played when 2B2T was down in 2017. I played it with a bunch of spawn masons and I fell in love with it. I knew I had to have it. It was from the Chrono Trials. That's the name of the adventure map, in case you want to look it up. Very unfortunate name. Corona. So yeah, that about does it for a full tour. Oh, whoops, survival. I don't want to be in survival. A single rose can be my garden, and a single friend my entire world. So yeah, this is Space Valk 3. Now you see why Fit chose the first Valkyria for the shirt. This one couldn't even fit. Well, I think we could eventually do that. When it's finished. Maybe. But, there's just so much to see. So much to do. Oh, yeah. The elevator. I forgot about the elevator. This is a cute little thing I could never get to work on 2B2T. The redstone lag was always so great. You could just never get the pistons to fire right. You would always phase inside of blocks and then you'd fall through the elevator. So yeah, that's the mechanism. Pushes you up. Honey blocks just kind of keep you from getting bounced everywhere. So this is even survival mode safe. And so yeah, it's a nice little elevator that takes you straight up and down. I love the slimy particles the honey gives you. Like I'm sliding down it perpetually. And we can see the main pillar in the back there. Breathtaking, isn't it? And then behind us we have the city. My dream is slowly coming true, guys. Oh, so yeah, I want to thank you all for sticking around, paying attention, actually caring enough to watch me ramble on as I make this place. And yeah, that's gonna do it for me. Y'all take care. Thank you so much. Bye.